All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ha'arakah, Kodash, Barakathum. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to all the Akim across the globe, pushing and teaching the word in truth and sincerity. I want to say Shalom. This is Adai from the Great Millstone Camp in Chicago with another lesson. And focus on food again. This is another installation of This is America. And this is about the 3D printing of food. Now, I've noticed this some years ago. I remember watching it, and I was just as deplored as I am today about what they're trying to push upon the people. If you really understand the signs of the times, is that we're running out of meat, so to speak. Right now, there's a crisis with the cow herds, and I wanted to bring it out yesterday at camp, but we didn't quite get around to it through the spirit. But you're going to start to see a real increase in the price of beef. So what's going on is that the drought is killing off a lot of the cows, and the farmers are forced to sell their herd just to stay afloat and to have some type of income. All right. So by them selling their herd, they're not going to get as much for the herd because people who are buying them know that they're in a bind, which in turn creates a demand for the beef, and the beef is going to go up exponentially in the near future. And part of that reason why too is because it takes for a calf to be raised for to slaughter. It takes two to 3 years. So by you selling all your cows that are able to be used for meat, well, it takes 2 to 3 years to replace them, and for the younger calves to grow up to be harvested for food. You see, so there's going to be a gap. All right, and also with the price of the grain is going up. Okay, the wheat. All right, the vaccines that are put into the cows to get them healthy and stuff, those are going up. So the farmers aren't able to keep up with the rising costs of raising a large herd of bovine. Okay. So I ran across this. You can find it anywhere. It's not a hard topic to find. All right. And I just want to give a couple of play a couple of videos. All right, and Lord willing, lesson edifying.
You're hungry, but instead of whipping up a meal, all you have to do is enter your menu choices into a computer, and your dinner appears before you. So magical. It may seem like science fiction, but it isn't. Well, not completely. The future is now, my friends. Is 3D printed food in your future? And what does it have to do with an eye wash cup?
All right, so I'm only going to play a little bit of it because I got a copyright claim on my last video. And I would like to keep my video up because I've been getting slammed the last few years. And, my pages have been, I had to start over. So, but anyway, you see where this is going, all right?
If you're 45 to 65 years old in the...
All right, we see where this is going.
Do you feel puzzled?
All right, we see where this is going. So lucky for that. We see where this is going for the future wave of feeding people. All right. One, that there's the population is growing. All right, and the amount of people going hungry is also increasing. Now, we did a video the other day reading that there's over 40 million tons of good food that's being thrown away every year in the American restaurants and food industry. All right, those 40 million tons is a huge number, a huge wasteful number that can be used to reach people. All right, to quell the hunger situation and the food shortage. But Esau, being who he is, will not allow people the basic necessities of life. All right. Now I had another video here.
Hello and welcome to Gravity.
And I like this girl. She's one of my favorites. I believe in Pakshi Sharma. And yes, she's off the market. So like your Lord willing in the future. But I just threw that out there. And she does very, very good interviews and journalism. And I'm gonna let her play a little bit longer because she goes into more detail into numbers. All right, so we're gonna let this play and we're gonna get some scriptures.
Plus, I'm Palki Sharma Upadhyay. How was your Diwali weekend? I hope you had a great time. And I have a question for you. What did you eat this Diwali? The regular laddus? Or did you try something new? What if I told you that in a not too distant future, farms near you may stop growing the wheat needed to make those laddus? What if I told you that farms may also stop growing rice? There may be no animal farms, no milk, no meat or eggs. You may also not be able to eat the fresh catch of the day from the oceans. So what will you eat? In a not too distant future, you and I will be eating lab-grown food grown in laboratories and factories. And I know you have a lot of questions. I do too. For starters,
right, and it's already been introduced, that thing called Beyond Meat. All right, you have lab-created vegetables and what else they create in the lab? I know that Beyond Meat. I know there's a lot of meat that's these plant-based meats. All right, which is an oxymoron because a plant is one one different category of a species, I guess, and meat is another. So how do you get plants and meat combined, without it being chemically enhanced or artificially grown, you see? And this is something that's been pushed on our people for years as a better way and means of eating healthy. All right? But the Lord said, let's get this. Esau is the master of disaster, as the elder brother Yapari says. This is Genesis. It's Genesis 1:29, and the Most High said, "Behold, I've given you every herb bearing seed which is upon all the face of the earth, and every green tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding its seed for you, it shall be for meat." All right. All right, this is Genesis 9:3. It says, Genesis 9:3, it says, "Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things." All right, so the Lord has given us fruit, herbs to eat that bear seed, okay? And he gave us meat to eat. And the meat to eat he gave us was the lawful meat, and you go to Leviticus to figure that out and to read it yourself. But the point being here that this lab-grown food are not going to be able to, they don't have seeds in them, all right? They don't come off the tree. They're not planted, they're not grown, they're not taken care of, all right, as it would have been on a farm. You see? So right there, it lets you know that this is not really food. So where's the nutritional value in this? If we created something out of thin air, and your cows provide protein and beef, and your plants provide beta carotenes and vitamin D's and things of that nature, right? But where are you gonna get that out of a computer? All right, yes, your stomach may feel full, it may taste like what you want to eat, but in all actuality, you're gaining no nutritional value.
And I know you have a lot of questions. I do too. For starters, why do we need lab foods? What's the problem with the regular food we are eating? Will lab food even taste the same? Will it be good for our health? How will food be made in labs? And exactly how long into the future are we talking about? Will we then stop farming altogether? We'll try to answer all.
One of the causes too is that I'm not sure about India or New Delhi where they're at. I know here in the States, all right, the government is buying up all the farmland from the farmers. So do you honestly think that the government is going to use that land to ensure that we have a sustainable food source here in America? Absolutely freaking not. All right, they're going to take it over. All right, they're going to use it for the global elites. All right, and we're going to get this lab-grown food, this processed food. All right, and it's going to be for the separation of classes, man. All right, the super rich and the poor.
These questions, let me start by showing you some numbers. Do you see this? This is how fast our world's population is growing. Currently, there are 7.8 billion people living on this planet. Our population has tripled in 70 years. Not too long ago, in 19...
And all the people that are back on the planet, all right, right now, they're going to be back for judgment, all right? And you can read that in second there. Just let's get that real quick. I read the other day. Was it 8? Let me see, it's 8. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. 8. Right. Man, what is it at? I gotta get it. There's something about a woman and it's, let me see. I want to get, oh yeah, bring forth. There you go. It's a water apple. All right, All right, this is 2 Corinthians 5 and 45. And I said, as thou hast said unto thy servant, that thou which givest life to all hast given life at once to the creature that thou hast created, and the creature bear it. Even so it might now also bear them that now be present at once. And he said unto me, ask the womb of a woman, and say unto her, if thou bringest forth children, why dost thou it not together, but one after another? Pray her therefore to bring forth 10 children at once. And I said she could not, but must do it by distance of time. Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to go, just like to those that be sown in it, there are times. For as like as a young child may not bring forth the things that belong to the age, even so have I disposed the world which I created. And I asked and said, seeing thou hast now given me the way, I will proceed to speak before thee for our mother, of whom thou hast told me that she is young, draweth nigh unto age. Hold on, this is it. Damn, damn, let me see. Dang, what is it, man? All at once. Was it Earth, World? Man, I gotta get this because it's there we go. It is 5. Right. Okay. Slaki. Ah, shoot. Man, I need my glasses. Slaki, Aku. Oh, wow, I just had it. 5:44, right. All right. This is 2 5 and 44. And he said 5:42, and he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there's no swiftness of the first. So I answered and said, couldst thou not make those that have been made and be now, and that there are for more to come at once, that thou mayest show thy judgment sooner? So Edwards asked him, can you just have all the people come here at once and judge them, right? Then answered he me and said, the creature may not haste above the maker, neither may the world hold them at once, that all shall be created. All right? So there's a lot of people here on earth, all right, over 7.5 billion people. They're here for judgment. And if the world does happen to go on in the next, she said 2050, which is what, 28 years, there's going to be over 8 billion people. All right? And the Lord bring back all these people for judgment, man. All right? And a lot of these judgments, people are going to die of famine.
Long ago, in 1990, there were 5.3 billion of us. In 2015, the number jumped to 7.3 billion. By 2030, we will be 8.5 billion. By 2050, 9.7 billion. 9.7 billion. That's how many mouths we'll have to feed in less than 30 years from now. Demand for food will be up 60%. And we'll have to produce 50% more food to ensure everyone gets their meals. Currently, the world produces enough food to feed everyone on this planet, but the fact is fancy only.
She said, the world makes enough food for everybody to eat. That's only on paper, because we know that the food aid does not get to where it's supposed to go. When they send that aid over there and all them food packages to the third world countries, a lot of the dictators and the rulers of the rulers that are in charge over there, they take a majority of that food for themselves. So this is just part of the greed and the lack of moral consideration for the less fortunate.
On paper. The reality is over 821 million people go hungry to bed every day. That's 2.5 times the population of the United States going hungry every day. Every 10 seconds, a child dies from hunger. The food never makes it to her plate. Nearly
So you gotta get the gist of it. I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures that said what's the word? Pine away. This is Lamentations. Four and 9 says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away. It's like if these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. All right. So the hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. All right. And this is going to be a worldwide event. All right, but it's going to come really, really heavy to people here in America, man. All right. People are longing for the rice, the wheat, the bread, the flour. You know, the trees, the apple and the pomegranate trees. All right. I hear stories on the island from the brothers who are from there, and not only there, you know, from Mexico and South America, where they go back and visit, how food is really not an issue. All right, they can go into the forest and pick out a tree or pick out fruit. All right, there's a lot of vineyards out there. There's a lot of just naturally grown food, man. All right, it's plenteous. All right, so the hunger is not really an issue. All right, and let me get that word pine away. It's very it's a very heavy word. Pine away says to flow, gush, issue, discharge. To die, to pine away. It's a figuratively to waste away. So you're just rotting away. It's like having a banana. And you don't eat it. It gets ripened and it gets black and it gets mushy, and you know now the gnats are all on it. Well, your body's gonna be the same way, man. All right, starvation is a terrible way to go. All right. Let's get this. The principle of life. Sirach 39 and 26, it says the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. All right, so these are the principal things, man. You know, water, fire, flour, wheat. And without these things, it's going to be very hard to eat food, man, to have food. And Esau knows these things, right? All right, so what he does, he creates a substitute for you. You see, this man is truly the goddamn devil, man. All right? This man truly is the scouring of the earth. All right? And it's 3D food. All right, there's 3D food, and you can find a whole bunch of videos on it. All right.
Is 3D printed food in?
You'll find a whole bunch of videos on it. Jeez. This is crazy. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, you can find a whole bunch of videos on it, man. You know, this is something that it came across my spirit this morning, and You know, hey, the devil needs to get taken out, man. So that one say shalom.